So it seems like the entire Season 2 update for MW3 just leaked out. We're going to break down all the content we're getting across multiplayer, Warzone, and Zombies, new operators, weapons, events, maps, and much more. Be sure to drop a like in the video if you do go on to enjoy. First up here, Season 2 is releasing on Wednesday, February 7th, which is less than 2 weeks from now, which is pretty soon. We just got that reloaded update, but Season 2 is releasing right after. So as soon as next week, in a couple days after recording this video, we should start to get official marketing, a Season 2 trailer, a roadmap, a full blog post breaking down all the content we're getting. But of course, as we'll go through in this video, we pretty much know exactly what we're getting. Pretty much everything leaked out in recent updates. Now, there may still be some surprises that they reveal, but for the most part, we know exactly what we're getting. So first up here for operators, we're getting a lot of cool operators for this Season 2 Battle Pass. I did a whole video going through the Battle Pass and Blackcell new operators we're getting. That'll be linked down below in the description. But to run through these operators here quickly, we're getting 4 new Laswell operator skins, as she's going to be the main Battle Pass operator, which is pretty cool. 3 new price skins, 2 soap skins, 4 ghost skins, 2 Pharaoh skins, 1 Makarov skin, 1 for Nolan, 2 for Warden, 2 for Valeria. We have 3 for Jet, 2 for Raptor, 1 for Pathfinder, 7 for Alpine, 3 for BBQ, 2 for Bantam, 5 for Scorch, 2 for Jabber, 3 for Enigma, 2 for Swagger, 4 for Riptide, 1 for Lockpick, and then unknown characters here. November, 3 of those, potentially Nikolai, 1 for Oscar, 1 for Cal, 1 for Bike, 2 for Judo, and 1 for Beta. So pretty cool stuff there. And based on what we know right now, it seems like this Battle Pass is going to be a Milsim Coney style of Battle Pass with a lot of operators from the campaign, a lot of cool skins like that, which is definitely going to be really cool. Now, before we break down some more stuff here, quick shout out to my partner, Apex Gaming PCs, a bunch of great customizable PCs over there, great for playing Call of Duty, other AAA titles, making videos as well. There's 3 tiers of PCs, all fully customizable. If you go on to buy a PC, be sure to use code Matters for an extra discount. Links are down below. Really do appreciate that, guys. But for more Season 2 content here, we of course have a decent idea as to what the new weapons are. These are Battle Pass weapons, which you're getting for free, and of course, Armory Unlock weapons as well. So we have the FN F2000, the Beretta ARX 200, we have a PM9 SMG, an MTAR SMG, and a sword melee weapon as well. There may be some other surprise weapons there, but that's a good idea as to what we're seeing here. For other weapons, we have a underbarrel chainsaw aftermarket part, which is kind of interesting. That should be a ton of fun. And of course, we'll have a ton of other new aftermarket parts as well throughout the season that they'll probably reveal in the full blog post at some point next week. Now, a compound bow also did leak out. There's a lot of weapons here that may be tied to bundles. A compound bow might be its own bow, or maybe it'll just be like a Walking Dead bundle skin, similar to the Doom bundle, to where the chainsaw was technically in the bundle and you would use it in the game, but it wasn't actually a chainsaw. It was just a reskin of an already existing melee weapon. So it would be hard to do with a compound bow, but maybe they make it work somehow. We'll see very soon. And some new equipment got leaked out as well. A utility box and squad rage, kind of interesting. That might not actually release, or maybe it'll be for the reloaded update. We'll see very soon. Now, for new MP maps here, in terms of carry forward maps, we are getting a couple more. We just got Hotel added to the rotation before Season 2, which got leaked out already, but another leak says that we're getting Dome as well, which is cool. And I'm kind of indifferent when it comes to these MW2 maps. Some of them were okay, and if it's super easy to bring them over to MW3, might as well do that and have a couple more maps to play on. But if they're taking extra time out of their development of other stuff to bring these maps forward, I would say it's not worth the time, because I'd rather them focus on newly created maps, which they're still making. And we're getting 3 new ones for this season, which we don't know what they are because they're completely new. We have no reference for them, but that's still exciting. So if it doesn't take any extra time, I don't really mind them bringing forward a lot of those MW2 maps we saw last year. But for other maps returning from different games, this was such a cool leak to see, because it's something I talked about on the channel just as a theory, and now it's coming true. Das House from Vanguard will be coming to MW3. Now, this could come, of course, as soon as Season 2. It was a recent leak, so it is likely that we get it there. This was such a fun, close quarters, hectic map. Das House 24/7 was probably the best part of Vanguard multiplayer. Now, I'll admit, it was super hectic, super insane. You had to go on that map and be ready to just die a million times or get a million kills. It was one or the other, you know what I mean? But when you were on that map, at least when you were in the zone, you were usually having a lot of fun, and I prefer that, especially from a Sledgehammer game. I don't really like that slow-paced style of COD. We saw a lot of that with MW2, which is fine for some maps and some instances, but Das House was like the shipment of that game. There was shipment as well, but Das House was kind of like that vibe where you would go on, level up your weapons, get camos, go on super high, fast kill streaks. I just love that style, and I'm definitely glad it's returning from Vanguard. Now, of course, I would love for Sledgehammer to bring back some of the AW maps from back in the day. Solar is one, Prison, and there's so many classic maps that honestly would play pretty well. They would have to change them a little bit because, of course, we don't have exosuits, but it was Sledgehammer's game. If there's ever a time to bring back an AW map, it would be for Sledgehammer's game, especially in this game where they seem to really not care that much about realism, which, again, I'm completely fine with there. AW maps need some more love. Now, there is a rumored AW-themed season, which is Season 3 of MW3, so maybe they'll save it for that season, and we'll go through that in a future video, but if they want to add one early for Season 2, that would still be pretty cool. Now, for other maps as well, it seems like we're finally getting some new war maps, which is so exciting. Operation Avalanche, Exodus, and Kuska. Now, we don't know if these are POIs from Urzikstan or maybe POIs from existing Resurgence maps, or hopefully, which I would find so cool, the war maps from COD at World War II back in the day. There were so many cool ones. The one on the beaches of Normandy and just other locations that I can't remember, but I'll put a bunch of gameplay clips up on screen. I played a lot of this back in the day here. World War II wasn't my favorite COD, but I did play a lot, and war was probably my favorite part of that game's MP, and to see some of those maps return would be fire. Do I need new uniquely made war maps for MW3? Not necessarily. To see the old ones return would be completely fine. Now, for other MP stuff here, we don't have much information on modes, and it seems like we're not getting too many new modes per season, which isn't a big deal, but one mode that seems to be returning, which I'm super excited for, another COD World War II mode, Horde Point. So Horde Point was fire. Horde Point was such a cool atmosphere. It was literally zombies in multiplayer. Now, I forgot what World War II did this for. If it wasn't a Halloween event. I'm pretty sure they just did it randomly, and it was just a normal game mode that you could play. Let me know down below if I'm remembering correctly. I do have my own gameplay, which I'll show you guys up on screen, on some really sick maps. Now, I don't want another World War II COD, but I'm not gonna lie, the atmosphere and the vibes on some of these World War II maps were pretty cool, and they definitely fit the Horde Point theme a lot more than normal MP. Maybe for normal MP, World War II maps were kind of boring, but for Horde Point, when you're playing with zombies in multiplayer on these nighttime maps, these maps actually fit the zombie feel a lot better than a normal, daytime experience, I guess, if that makes any sense. But Horde Point returning, so cool. Definitely cannot wait for that one. Let me know down below your opinions on that. But speaking more on zombies, let's talk about MW3 Zombies and what we could be seeing here for Season 2, because it seems like we're getting a pretty big season. Some developers have been saying that we're cooking up a lot of good stuff for Zombie Season 2. Now, based on the leaks here, we are getting some new quests, it seems like. In the files, we have Rescue Fletcher. Go to Fletcher's last known location, investigate the nearby distress signal, defend the remaining survivors until the ACV is ready. Regroup at the ACV with the remaining Terminus agents, escort Terminus to Fletcher's last known location. We have interference, investigate the source of the signal disruption, and eliminate the source of the signal disruption. So, interesting stuff there. A new potential mini Easter egg, maybe some new contracts mixed in there as well. Pretty cool. We of course have some early images of new containment levels here, which is pretty much exfil streaks in zombies. Now, the rewards you're getting, as I talked about in a previous video, and a lot of you guys in the comment section as well said they're not that good. Do they need to be buffed potentially? Because right now it seems like they're okay. I'll put the images up on screen, but you're starting with 500 essence there, 5 armor plates, 1,000 essence. Is it that important to get that off the bat? Not really. Now, what's different is that the containment level isn't exactly the exfil streak, because the top containment level is level 100. There's no way you have to go on a 100 zombies exfil streak to get that max reward, which is only 20% off the pack punch. It's got to be a thing where your containment level goes up if you exfil, but if you also complete a lot of contracts. So if you complete, I'm assuming 5 contracts and exfil, you'll get to, containment level 6 immediately. So one contract will raise your level up 1, and then the exfil will raise it up as well. That makes more sense there, and that would incentivize players to actually play for longer, complete contracts, and successfully exfil. Maybe completing contracts in higher tier zones will give you more levels for your containment level. That would also be pretty cool as well. If that's not going to be a feature, that should be a feature. So maybe they'll rework it there based on our feedback, but overall, I like the idea, and we should be seeing it pretty soon in Season 2. There's also a new Riftgate key as well, a schematic case for the VR11, the Blood Burner, so that's going to be pretty cool. A new potential Dark Ether location in Mount Zaya Observatory, which that's going to be cool to see if we have new contracts there, a new Warlord, stuff like that. And I've gone through so many zombie videos for MW3, going through leaks about PvP, round-based zombies as well. A lot of interesting developments I'll talk about in future videos, but again, are we going to see this as soon as Season 2? Probably not. So for the sake of this this video, which is a Season 2 video. I'm not going to include it there, but for future seasons, zombies might be changing massively, which again, I'll talk about in future videos. Now, for Warzone here, we don't have much for Warzone. We did get a recent teaser of Raven Software teasing perk packages and Rebirth Islands returning, but apparently Activision has already said that Fortune's Keep will launch in Warzone first and then Rebirth Island after. So Fortune's Keep is the first map coming, which is fine. It was a cool map. We only got it for a couple of months during Vanguard, and I thought it was kind of underrated, and people didn't really play it that much because it was during Vanguard, where people were just checked out of COD, not playing that much, and I feel like the map was just underappreciated. So it's returning, which is cool, and it seems like it's returning as soon as Season 2, based on a recent update here. There was a leak for Season 1 Reloaded, which had Fortune's Keep in the files there, but not Rebirth, which means that Fortune's Keep is for sure coming a lot sooner than we expect. So for Warzone, that's the one big update there, which again, we already saw Fortune's Keep. It's technically not new content, but still is pretty cool to see in the game. Now, for other overall events for MW3, a lot of events got leaked out. The first one was a crossover event with Warhammer 40,000, which is pretty interesting. Another one was the King Kong event as well, which we got a whole event during Vanguard on Caldera, which was cool. Now, for the King Kong event, that should be a bigger event. I feel like the Warhammer event might be just an XP progression event or a simple challenge event, but the King Kong event might be, again, what we saw last year in Warzone, where you have King Kong, you have Godzilla fighting a whole LTM. Are they going to go as hard as they did? I'm not so sure. Are they going to go even crazier? Maybe, but I feel like the King Kong Godzilla one would naturally be a much bigger wide-scale event than the Warhammer event. And another one that got leaked out, which is also pretty cool, the Walking Dead event with 2 new operators, Rick and Michonne, some other weapons as well. Here's an early look at a potential Walking Dead barbed wire camo, which again, this should be probably another simple event where, you know, I wish it was bigger because the Walking Dead could be a pretty cool large-scale Call of Duty event, but it probably will be, again, an XP progression event, a challenge event, complete some stuff, get a mastery camo at the end. A lot of the events have been like that, and it's not the best mastery camo, but it still is kind of cool to get some challenges done, grind for the reward, get the Rick Michonne operator for extra XP. You guys can easily predict that there, so it still is cool to see crossovers, even if it's not a major event in the game. But overall, that's a good look at what we're seeing for MW3 Season 2 across a multiplayer, Warzone, Zombies, new events. It should be a pretty good season with a lot of different types of content. Obviously, there might still be some more surprises as well yet to be revealed. We'll break that down on the channel when it gets revealed, but for now, that's it here for this video. Be sure to subscribe for more COD update videos like this. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.